r/askreddit. What's your biggest first world problem? There's nothing to do at work, but I have to look busy. Edit. Jesus, this blew up over my lunch break. A lot of you are asking what I do, and I'm too lazy to respond to everyone, so here it is. I work in IT. I often switch between frantically busy and frantically trying to look busy. Always keeping useless tabs open on my dual monitors setup. Strategically spaced around the screen too. All day every day. I'm pretty sure most people just dick around on the internet half the day. Imagine if we all had a consensus to just work really hard for 4 hours then go home. What a dream. I work on IT, so when this happens to me, the thing that I do is have my code on my bigger screen and comment and uncomment random lines of code once in a while to look like I'm doing something, or run my automated scripts that I already know they passed. On my main screen I have several tabs open that I may need when I actually have to do a little bit of work, so I scroll to these tabs randomly and then look at my phone or look into Reddit from time to time. Other days I just switch to I'm going for a walk to see the ducks at the lake, or I'm going to buy a bag of Ruffles. Do you guys need anything? And then walk as slow as I can to the further convenience store. We have vending machines at my office, lol. Edit to add a detail. The hurricane momentarily knocked out my power last night while I was asleep, and it reset all my Philips Hue lights, so I was awoken by every single light in my room being on. The hurricane is going to be around me tomorrow. I'm far enough north in my state that we're just gonna be a little windy. I'm worried about power outages. Then I realize what the Bahamas is going through, and I feel guilty about worrying about a little wind. My fiance's mom loves radishes. Like, she goes through a bag of those pre-picked and washed radishes from Walmart in a day and doesn't allow anyone else in the house to touch them without permission. When Hurricane Florence wrecked parts of the East Coast last year and ruined thousands of lives, her first thought was, oh my, that's where my radishes comes from. To her credit, her next thoughts were for the people actually affected by the hurricane, and how selfish her first thought was. She gave money for disaster relief like the family usually does. Lovely woman. But she loves her radishes. This is a thing? The ones with a hub or hubless? Seriously looking at buying some, but figured they would go right back to previous settings. Did you have to pair them again also? Thanks for any info. Each of my 3 kids likes a different type of toothpaste. Sounds like it easier to get new kids than worry about restocking 3 types of toothpaste. This is why I am not telling my kids that there is more than one type. I've said it before and I say it again. My thermos mug holds the heat too damn well. I can't enjoy my morning coffee on my way to work. Have to wait until I'm at work before it's drinkable. Product idea. New thermos with adjustable vents to regulate the rate at which your beverage cools. When should I start my Kickstarter? Thermos can fug off. Their mugs are supposed to keep hot things hot and cold things cold, but the time I tried to take my chicken soup and ice cubes to work. I've been here. One time, I thought I was getting a great deal on a name brand mug. Joke was on me. It was into the afternoon before I could drink my coffee without scalding my mouth. One time I forgot my AirPods at work and I had to use regular headphones, but I forgot my headphones adapter for my iPhone, so I couldn't listen to music that day. I believe you can listen to your music full blast through your speakerphone so everyone can hear. Speaking of Apple, nothing summed up the dongle problem more than a conversation that I overheard in class yesterday. We were told that we needed to bring our own computers to class, and we'll be plugging them into the interactive whiteboard. Our tutor said that you need to plug in a HDMI cable and a USB cable. The PC users simply nodded. The MacBook users proceeded to spend the next 5 minutes debating what adapter they need to bring, with one of them buying one from Amazon since they didn't have the right one. That summed it all up for me, really. It still boggles my mind a bit that people use AirPods. I remember seeing so many memes about how AirPods were dumb and expensive and foolish to have, like on par with the Apple Stand Pro thing. And then all of a sudden those memes died out and now it's somehow the standard for people to own AirPods. I am so confused. Looking for a good sized plot of land to buy in the county, but trying to weigh my options on whether or not I can still get high speed internet. Lol. I've known that struggle. Sucks worse when you're in a city and trying to rent. Last place where I lived, Comcast said they had service before I signed the lease, but after moving in they said they were at capacity for the building. I suffered with crappy wireless for years before finally being able to get it. If money is no object, then you can get a team of dudes out there to install the necessary equipment and cable lines to have a blazing fast connection. But I am talking like a 5-figure purchase, and it won't be cheap monthly statements either. Not enough unpaved rough roads for me to really use the 4x4 features of my Land Cruiser. This is a really good one. I live out west where there is tons of BLM and forest land everywhere and thousands of dirt roads. There's some gnarly ass routes in almost every direction. Most people own something that can at least handle snow or some rocky roads, and most people have somewhere on their vehicles. It's so funny to visit the eastern US and see everyone with Jeeps, huge trucks, Hummers, and tons of other 4WD, high clearance vehicles, and they are virtually spotless without a scratch on them. Never understood why those people wouldn't just get a nice commuter car instead. I know eastern US has some rough roads, but they are few and far between in most places. I have a dark blue luxury sedan in my driveway. Whenever I clean it, dragonflies think it's a body of water and come poop on it. It's covered in little yellow mustard spots all summer long. Edit ugh. Seeing the comments now, I'm beginning to suspect it's dragonfly jism. I wish I hadn't till today at all. I'm sorry for your car situation, but that sounds hilarious lol. Work has blocked so many sites, I can't access as many GIFs as I want. Edit. I get it. VPN. I just need to not get caught, as we're supposed to be ISO 27001 compliant. Edit 2. We are also not allowed to bring our own devices, phones, tablets, etc. on the floor. I can use them at lunch, however. I do miss working at a place that didn't block a single thing. Still, for now, YouTube and Reddit are unblocked. I have a gut feeling so IT can use them. Blessings. Use a VPN bro. My Bluetooth headphones running out of battery when I'm on longer flights. I carry old school wired buds with me on flights. Flights to Australia can take 12 hours. Most of them have charging points next to you, but not all. Get Bose Quiet Comfort. Battery lasts forever and audio is amazing. I never run out even on international flights. When I miss the bus, I go back home and take the car. At least you try and take the bus. Lol, my friend did the opposite. She couldn't find parking for over like 30 minutes at school, so she drove home and took the bus. My drive to work is too short, so I never get to listen to as much music as I want. But when I'm at home I do other things. And then 9.99 seems like too much for the amount I listen. I wish I had that problem. My commute is 1.5 hours each way and it's awful. When a message pops up on my watch and I go to clear it, I have to be careful not to accidentally press one of the suggested responses. They are consistently terrible. At best it would look abrupt, like replying okay to a long, thoughtful message. At worst it would be downright inappropriate, like replying sounds good or nice to a message about an old family member. There needs to be one confirmation press after the instant response. Having a fridge stacked with food but not wanting any of it to eat. So you grab your £500 smartphone and place a £20 order for pizza, soda, and chicken wings on the side. The pizza arrives and you tip the pizza guy a few bucks, but only do it out of courtesy. You then proceed to sit down and flip through hundreds of channels that you pay for and deem nothing watchable. So you power on your expensive gaming device, load up Twitch and watch people play a game you already own. Slice after slice until the pizza that could feed a family of 4. You don't even eat the crust, instead just throw it away. You aren't even watching the TV. You're on your phone on Reddit talking about the worst first world problems. That seems a tad bit too directed at a sizable audience. Edit. Your words can't hurt me. I eat pizza and wings on my own on the regular. I am quite lonely though, so there's that. Pounds to soda to bucks. Where the fuck do you live? My house is big enough that I can lose Wi-Fi connection in the kitchen. I had this problem and I'm going to sound like an ad here, but Google's Wi-Fi routers are amazing. You set 3 of them up around your house as they instruct and you have full speed internet anywhere. Works in my house across multiple floors and even outside. Water meters are being installed in my building for the next 2-3 weeks. Each day our water gets cut for 6 hours. The tenants are upset and have to flush the toilet, wash their hands, etc. with water from canisters. So, my legitimate first world problem is that I have to endure third world conditions for a few hours each day until my endless supply of clean water gets fixed. 6 hours a day for a few weeks sounds like a huge pain. These pretzels are making me thirsty. I'm really thirsty. Damn, I think we're out of juice. I'll just have soda. We're out of that, too. Really? Do we have any tea? Nope. Beer? Nada. Dude, I'm seriously parched. I'll drink ketchup at this point. Why don't you just have a glass of water? What? From the sink? Yeah. Okay, fine. I guess I'm not that thirsty. TLDR, you're thirsty, but you only have fresh, clean water available, on demand and practically for free. These pretzels are making me thirsty. No, no, no. Let me try. These pretzels are making me thirsty. My house is so big that it's annoying to keep it clean. Have you tried servants? They clean like their lives depend on that paycheck. If you let me live in your house, I'll clean some of it. All I need is a small room and an internet connection. You'll never see me. Good house, good wife, good family, good friends, good money, but always self-deprecating sad because my job isn't fulfilling or meaningful. As a bitter teacher, I'd say emotional fulfillment gets a lot less important when you realize you can't eat or pay rent with it. Man, I feel you. My advice is, the grass is always greener, so do what's best for your family. I've been on the fulfilling job that doesn't pay all that well side. It's badass, but unless you can live comfortably, not super rich, but not struggling, there's always a little thought of, I could be making more doingses. It's a killer that slowly sucks the joy out of the job away. I've been in the boringses side of things with great pay, hours, benefits. And all I could think of was, I wish I could do something that was fulfilling. Or, I'm wasting my life away doing this. For me, the deciding factor is, if other people are depending on me, I gotta produce the most I can. I tried the fulfilling job that didn't pay well when I was single and young and didn't care about money. Now I gotta make money for my family now. I'm never satisfied anyway, so I better do what's best for the people around me. But that's just my opinion. I sometimes work with younger kids. I don't ask them, what do you want to be when you grow up? What job are you planning on doing? I ask them, what kind of life do you want to have? Then, how do you think you can make that kind of life possible? Then, what do you think you need to do to get there? You tailor your job and career to support the kind of life you want to live. Jobs change, careers change, you might switch industries when yours goes the way of the horse and buggy. Who knows? But your life, the things you want, those might be more constant, and the job is just a means to that end. In which case, it's easier to have a better attitude and perspective about work because it's just there to fuel what really matters to you. Which can cause an interesting positive feedback loop. If you have a better attitude, people will want to work with you more, which can open more doors for you and give you more opportunities, which lead to better outcomes. I don't care at all if my job is meaningful or fulfilling. It's just there to fuel my life with my wife and family, and so we can do all the things we want to do. It's a shift in perspective. Sometimes it's not about finding fulfillment in what we do, but focusing on the things that are meaningful, and doing the other shit in service of them. I can't find any good topics to listen to on YouTube. I'm tired of listening to political commentary and I need to find something else. JavaX9 do-it-yourself programming. Lots of great examples of actually implementing concepts, from basic physics to 3D graphics, to full games. CS50 lectures on computer programming from an entry-level course, which you can take for free online if you want, from Harvard. Legal, lawyer reviews courtroom scenes in TV and movies. 3 Blue 1 Brown, abstract math concepts. Fermilab, physics. And a couple of channels about things I don't care about, but watch the videos anyway because it's enjoyable to listen to people talk about things they're passionate about. Steve 1989 Marinefo. Fisherman's life, lockpicking lawyer. Last night at work, my hands got dirty because I was touching so much money. Edit. I was counting cash at the end of the night at the grocery store I work at. Just so everyone's clear. You mean notes and coins? That's not very first worldy. My cat keeps waking me up like 10 minutes before my alarm to demand food. Even if she still has food, she wants new food in the bowl. There's a chance the cat doesn't want the food at the bottom of the bowl because of how the bowl's sides irritate their whiskers. People get shallow bowls sometimes as a fix for that. I feel yak. My cat is getting old and I have to feed her wet food to help her gain weight. My other cat scarfs all the wet food if I don't keep her away from it. My dog goes crazy when I feed the old cat before I feed him. So my mornings are utter chaos, and since the feeding routine is such an ordeal, I have to get up 15 minutes earlier for work. And yes, my fur babies start preparing for this morning ritual about 10 minutes before I'm even awake. Dealing with the side effects of getting cured of cancer. I'm lucky enough to be alive complaining about all the bullshit after. Cancer is never really cured because all the cures also cause cancer, plus recurrence. There's a guy I used to play games with who got cancer as a kid, beat it, got cancer again and beat it again all before he was 20. He was actually pretty depressed afterwards because now he had to try and figure out how to pay for his medical bills. I think he had expected to just live life for a bit, have some fun, hang out with his friends and didn't expect to live very long. He had no plan once his cancer was gone. When I moved into my first house, renting, after college, it was a massive increase in the amount of space I had, especially because it was just me living there. I've always been big into decorating. My college dorm always had plants, framed pictures and posters, etc. I refuse to be one of those only a couch and a TV kind of guys. When I first moved into my house I literally thought, man, this place is so big, I don't have enough stuff to fill it with to make it aesthetic. That's what I thought when I bought my house. 6 months later I was trying to figure out where all this shit I don't use came from. That weekends are too short-lived. And also the problem about weekends is that if I go out during the weekend, I would be too tired and not just rest and relax as I want, but if I stay at home all weekend, I would be wasting valuable free time. That's why you spend Saturday out and Sunday in. Waiting for my family to get their laundry out of the wash or dryer. It's been 3 days. I'd take it out myself, but they acted like I was a monster last time, so oof. Take it out, do your laundry, and put theirs back in. You get your stuff clean and their lazy asses probably won't find out. Having trouble fitting a large pizza box in my fridge. Ha, look at this amateur with their leftover pizza. I'm gonna go with having health insurance but not enough money to actually use it without going into crippling debt. Having a full-time job, and sometimes having to work more than 40 hours a week. Sometimes worth checking if they'll offer a compressed work week, work an extra 45-60 minutes each day to get a day off every 2 weeks. The water bottles in the snack kiosk at work were just stocked this morning, so they weren't refrigerated long enough to be nice and cold yet. I'm 30 years old and am an undergrad student without children. I'm married to an executive who is 5 years older than me. I can't relate to anyone in my life right now. Students are about a decade younger than me. Everyone my spouse knows through work has children or even grandchildren my age. I am trying to avoid people altogether because it's weird no matter who I interact with. Sorry I can't attend your fancy ass fundraiser because I have calc homework. Your grandchildren are at their terrible twos? I remember when my sister was at that age. I can't attend class those days because I'll be at a conference in Florida with my spouse. Students are easier to get away with as long as I'm quiet about my life details. I just feel so guilty when they literally can't afford to eat. Deciding which of the 4 strains of medical cannabis to smoke this morning. Why not all 4 at once? The food at the all-inclusive resort I'm currently staying at doesn't meet my standard. Every meal from the buffet leaves me slightly disappointed. My laptop isn't powerful enough to comfortably run SolidWorks and Football Manager at the same time. The heating in my car works too well. If I want just a bit of warmth cause it's chilly and I turn on the heating to the lowest possible setting, I'll be sweating more than a nun at an orgy in 2 minutes. Sometimes the battery dies in my RV because I haven't used it in a while. I get paid enough to guarantee my bills are paid but not enough to pursue any of my interests outside of work. The Wi-Fi in the house reaches my room on the 3rd floor, but it is ever so slightly slow. I'm hungry. There's food in the house but I don't want it. I have money to buy what I want but I don't want to go and get it because I'm lazy. Update to anyone who cares. I took a nap and waited until my husband came home with food. We work for an airline and get free flights, travel a lot, but can't get upgraded to first class when we travel with my daughter because she isn't 6 years old yet. I lost like 40 pounds and now none of my clothes fit me. I lost my left AirPod. He who lost his one AirPod is lucky, compared to he who lost one, discarded the other, and found the first one again. Norwegian proverb. My friend and I wanna get lunch dinner after work and we can't decide where to go.